Well, first of all, Zia, how have the last 2 weeks been? What have you guys been doing to kind of get ready for tomorrow?
Oh man, the last 2 weeks it's been super good for us. Coach was on us more than usual, just getting us back into the mojo of what we've been doing. She was super hard on us, but for the first 3 days of practice, she was like super hard on us. But it actually helped us out a lot. We took in everything she was saying to us. We learned a lot within these 2 weeks getting ready for the tournament. And I think at this point, we're just all ready to rock and roll and get to what we need to do.
Speaking of that, what was the biggest takeaway from the SEC tournament?
Man, biggest takeaway. I think the biggest takeaway is for us is just to continue to stay the course in the fourth quarter. I think in the Ole Miss game and in the Kentucky game, we kind of got away from what we were doing all game. In the Ole Miss game, we just came out on top. But I think in the Kentucky game, we kind of let our foot off the gas, and they came back and they won it. So I think for us, the biggest takeaway is to just know that you can't take any team lightly, and the fourth quarter is the most important quarter. Regardless of how much you're up by, you got to make sure you're attacking it and continue to go hard all the way until the end of the buzzer. Honestly, it wasn't even an angry type of thing. It was more of a shocking. Number one, I was like super shocked. But then from there, it was a disappointment, from myself. I know the team, we all were just disappointed. Like, how did we let that happen? How did we put our foot off the gas that bad to where we just lost the SEC tournament championship game? So I think for everyone, it was really just a shocking moment, but it was also a wake-up call to know that, yeah, that's one of the goals we had set out, but we still have the most important goal for any college basketball player is to win a national championship. And we still have that goal in front of us. So definitely that was just, it's motivated us to a whole nother level. Like, it's crazy, like to a whole nother level for us to go out here and get it done.
Going off of that, that was my next question, because a lot of people kind of been saying, okay, how's the team going to use the loss for a positive? How are you going to use it for good going into the NCAA tournament? So how, even though it was disappointing, how do you use it as a good thing going into this weekend?
That's like I said, I think for us, losing is just something that we all aren't used to. Like, I could probably count on my hand how many times I've lost. So it's like, it's something that motivates you to a different level. I think we have a team that is full of people that gets motivated by when things don't go our way. We all come into practice. Like I said, the energy is like a whole energy change from that game all the way up until now. I think we're in a whole different space mentally and physically. We work hard. We don't complain about much. We just want to get it done, regardless of how it has to happen. We don't ever want to have that feeling again. So I think for us, we're just going to go out here and do our best. And Coach told us, as long as we go here and we give our best effort in the fourth quarter, whatever the score is from all the way to the fourth quarter, as long as we give our best effort, she'll be okay with that. But for us, winning is the only thing that matters to us. And we're just keeping the main thing, and that's to win a national championship.
Moving away from the SEC tournament, I know some of you guys were in the crowd yesterday watching Howard and Incarnate Word. Just first of all, how cool was it to see the first four game being played in Columbia?
Hey, that was super cool, especially we got a chance to watch their interviews, which I thought was dope to see young women like ourselves, and we're uplifting each other. Even though we got to play against each other, we still have love for each other, want to see each other do great. It was a great atmosphere. I think Howard had like the best cheerleading team I've seen in a while. So it was fun to see their band playing their instruments, and then of course their cheerleaders just doing their thing, and just watching both teams play, giving their all. And I knew it was a dream come true for them, so it felt good, and we were able to clap their hands after the game. So it was a good feeling for us as well.
I know everyone's going to say, oh, South Carolina's the 1 seed, Howard's a 16, they should cruise, but you can't take anyone lightly in the NCAA tournament. So what does Howard do very well that's going to present challenges tomorrow?
I think how well they rebound. I think they're a very good rebounding team. I think they're a team that we can't let get hot. They got some good guards. They got a good all-around team. So like you said, it's March Madness. Anything can happen. And for us, definitely, we will not take our foot off the gas. We will not take any team lightly. I think Howard's a great team. I would never doubt them, regardless of where they're ranked at. It's March Madness, and this is where people play their best game. So we got to make sure we're ready.
For you, so much has happened in the world over the past few years. You guys actually, your class hasn't gotten to experience the NCAA tournament at Colonial Life Arena. So how excited are you to play in the big dance at a place that you guys know so well?
I'm super excited, especially because our fan base. I think our fans is gonna pack the house for both of our games, especially this one. I think they're gonna definitely pack the house and be there for us. This is gonna be a great atmosphere. And like I said, for me personally, I love playing around a good crowd, and it's a great way to start our first game of the March Madness in front of our fam. So that's what I'm most excited for.
Last year was your first time actually playing in the NCAA tournament. What was your biggest takeaway from that experience last year?
For me, it wasn't even the basketball part. It was more the like the recovery part. I think each game, it was like super hard to recover for me. So with this game, I decided to come into it a little differently, attacking the recovery part early. That way, hopefully when we get towards the end, my body will still be able to perform and do what it needs to do. But I think by that Final Four last year, I was like, whoo, my body was like breaking down. And I just think it was because I didn't go into it very seriously with my recovery process. So I think for me personally is just to make sure I'm mentally prepared, physically prepared, and just staying in that training room, getting my body together before each game.
We all love doing the bracket challenges. We love doing, filling in all the winners who we think is going to win. But for you guys in the tournament, how much do you guys pay attention to who's in your region, what the seeds are, and all that kind of stuff? And how much is it of just playing whoever's in front of you?
See, for me, honestly, like it's not even just this tournament for me. For every game, like I know who we're playing, but like I usually just go out there and play. Like sometimes people ask me, what time do you play? Who are you playing? And for me, I literally just focus on playing the game. Whoever's in front of us is for me. So I think for this bracket, I don't really know who's all in the bracket. I can't lie, because I'm just so locked in on who we're playing at that moment. So I know we're playing Howard tomorrow. So for me, that's the only team I'm worried about in this moment. Whoever else comes after that, we'll worry about it then. But I don't really pay attention to the brackets and where people think we're gonna go. For me, I stick within my teammates and my coaches, and just go out there and do what we need to do game by game.
I want you to play analyst for me right now. So for South Carolina to win the national championship, you guys have to do what?
Have winning mentality. I think championship teams are the teams that have winning mentality, teams that don't care about anything else but winning, putting personal things aside, however you feel, aside, and just dedicating yourself to the team. Don't be selfish. I think that's like the main thing, and don't relax. Keep your foot on the gas at all times. Yeah, I'm super excited. I think we're in a super good place, and as long as we keep that winning mentality and don't think anything less but winning, I think it's nothing to get in our way.
My last question for you. I wanted to ask you just about NIL a little bit, because I know you're an athlete that has really been able to take advantage of it. Just what have you learned from just a business perspective about NIL, as we're all kind of learning how this works?
For me, it's all business. I think in the NIL, you got to make sure you're making the right decisions. You can't just take deals just to take it. You got to make sure you're taking deals that will benefit you in the long run. And you got to make sure you put yourself around the right people that actually want to see you do well, not people that are just trying to be around you because of what you could bring to the table, and just making smart decisions. I'm loving it because I can finally see that business side of me. I feel like a businesswoman. I feel like I got everything in order. I got great people around me helping me become a successful Black woman. So definitely just knowing, if I was to give anybody advice with NIL, is just make sure you're putting the right people around you. Don't just do things just to do it, and make sure you're building a foundation and know how important your brand is, and make sure you're doing what you need to do to continue to make your brand, make it you.
What's it been like balancing everything, balancing being a student athlete, being on the #1 team in the country, and having the brands that want you to work with them? How has that been challenging, or have you found it pretty, I don't want to say easy, but pretty comfortable in life?
I wouldn't really say challenging for me, because I I have the people around me that keep it in order. My agent, Erin, she is the best. She literally she might tell me about some deals, but she knows like when I'm locked in for basketball, that's the only thing I care about. I've had some deals that were great, and I don't care about it when it's time to play basketball. So I let Erin take care of all that. And then usually on my off days is when I'll say, okay, Erin, so what is it that I got to do? So she makes sure that she doesn't let anything get in the way of basketball for me. But it could sometimes be challenging, especially right now. I had to knock out some deals before the tournament, so it was kind of stressful knowing that I just lost and then I got to come back and do a deal. So that was kind of hard for me. But right now, nothing's more important than March Madness. NIL is on hold, and we'll get back to it after hopefully we win this national championship.
And my last question for you, you guys, one thing that I watch all the women's games. I love the sport. I watch as much as I can, and you guys genuinely support each other in everything. I mean, on the court, off the court, you guys, it's a genuine love for each other, and you don't see that with every team. You see jealousy, you see, sometimes you're just teammates, not friends, but you guys really are a family. How do you guys establish that tone throughout the entire program?
Something that I love is that people on the outside looking in can notice that. Like that shows that it's not fake. Like if other people are noticing it, if we don't go out our ways to show people that we care about each other, that's just who we are. I think it comes with just our upbringing. I think we all come from great parents. They taught us to love each other, to be there for each other, and we all just click really well. And I think that's what makes champion teams as well. Those that have great chemistry. I think it's on and off the court. We're not afraid to tell each other what we need to hear. And that's why I think game after game, if something was wrong in that game, we always try to find a way to fix it in the next one, because we all analyze each other and we literally want the best for each other. So I think it's for Coach, I know she got to be super, super happy to have a team that's super genuine and want the best for each other.